I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
And now for our feature presentation.
What's up, y'all? David Douglas here. I just wanted to give you a walkthrough of the meet yesterday, 2018 USPA American Cup, LA Fit Expo. Dingo is playing.
Don't judge me. Let me explain.
But listen, I'm not the one that's gonna sit here and try to give excuses and this happened and that happened, blah, 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 blah. I do overthink a lot of things, but what I like to do is be able to open up and analyze exactly what happened, so it exposes my weaknesses that I can correct. And going into this meet, my coach is Josh Bryan, who did a phenomenal job. Big shout out to him for flying out from Texas and handling me and another lifter of his. Did a really good job. But talking with him, I got on his program 3/4 of the way into this meet prep. We elected to do this meet as a tester meet to kind of gauge where we're at. He didn't know me, I didn't know him. So you have to figure out that dynamic and that cohesion together to work together so the program can go, obviously. So starting out, we planned to do this to kind of gauge where I'm at for a bigger meet, which is the US Open. So I had to keep that mindset, like, we're gonna push, but not necessarily as much as you would on a normal meet. So you can kind of work on the things that need to work on. So then when this is done, we have a full meet prep and going into a meet that actually really counts. You know what I'm saying? So I was only able to really hit a heavy squat about twice in this training cycle. I didn't think that was bad, but I hindsight, I know that I need to touch that weight more. When I went for 900 last cycle, I was touching heavier weight. Obviously, my CNS was conditioned to it, so there's more confidence and more time under the bar that allowed me to handle it better and handle it more comfortably. So basically, my squat disappeared for this cycle, which I'm okay with now when I look at the big picture of things. Obviously, you want more. Obviously, I want to do better. I don't like actually going out there on the stage and kind of showing that subpar performance on the squat end of things, right? But again, the big picture of things is that I walked away with 2 PRs, even slight, but it's still PRs on it. On the PR on a bench, from 606 to 611, PR on deadlift from 777 to 782, and then a total 2204. Again, leagues away from where I want to be at, obviously, but I just haven't put together a solid meet yet. And it's frustrating, but I know now with the help and guidance of Josh, with everything in my life externally and internally is settling down, I'm properly aligned to finally put in a good meet. It's there. You know, there's other things, underlying things that need to be tightened up, and especially after this meet, expose them a lot more. Nutrition's always a big deal to me. I'm getting a lot better at it, but it's something I need to tighten up. I do want to lean up a little bit more as well. Sleep, I suck at sleep, and that's a big thing. I listening to Stan Efferding's podcast. Coach exposed that, and obviously other people. It's not rocket science to understand that sleep is very important and can be very detrimental to your training if you don't take care of it seriously. So that's something that I really need to crack down on as well. And then the confidence, man. If I have to be honest and expose myself a little bit, I should be way more confident in what it is. I love holding on to the humble aspect of it, but it's almost to the point of where Like I get down there and I get nervous, man. I get too nervous and get in my own way when things start not going in my way, and then I let doubt get in and all that stuff. So all the things that I've ever talked about, like motivational wise, and things that like I've preached about, like those things are for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I remind myself on a daily basis so I can get through. Because from day one, I've been doing this for a decade now, and it's still one of the top things is being confident, not only in the gym where I'm comfortable at, but on stage where it matters. Because I don't want to hit PRs in the gym, and that's not where it counts. I want to hit PRs on competition, on big days, when I meet, where I'm going against head-to-head with somebody. That's where I want to be at. And but that's all something that needs to be worked on, and I know that it's going to come. I just need to start cracking down on this. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Like, again, Josh is phenomenal. He's been working with me, constant communication. For him to come out and see me actually in person in a competition setting, there's a lot more data we can come back and then really work on not only the physical aspect of my training, but the mental aspect of it, so that I can move forward. You know what? One of the big things for me, like, I carry a chip on my shoulder that I put on myself, and I feel like people don't take me seriously because I don't take myself seriously sometimes when these things happen. So I need to just knock that shit off and get in a short-term memory. Like I tell all the people that I work with, and I preach myself, just go in and work, man. If you want to get better, then just work. So there's no point of sitting here boo-hooing to it and this, that, and the third and trying to explain myself. Like, I just show myself. If I know I'm strong, then prove it. Go out there, train, and prove it. That's what I got to do. And I want to do it on a big stage where it matters. So that's what I plan on doing. I got 4 months to the U.S. Open. Let's go to work. And look, man, hands down, like it got me emotional today to see the amount of people from my gym, from my family, come through and support me. It took me back, man. It took me way back. I walked on stage and it felt like I had an army behind me. And I cannot thank them enough for the emotional support and raising the confidence, draining down, all that stuff. To me personally, some people say, yeah, you zone in, you don't see, you don't hear anything, and blah, blah, blah. I hear stuff. I can recognize voices without seeing their face and put a face to that voice of every single person that was there that was from this gym. And that, hey, I will rep them to the fullest because they know I'll rep them to the fullest. And that's what I wanted to create here at Lock It Out Barbell, was that atmosphere that we mob and take over. And so that person, whoever's competing, whether it's me or whether it's somebody else, a newbie, anybody, they know they got a family behind them, and that's what I felt today. In short, it just shut down the building. And look, I wasn't proud of my performance. I can't say that I wasn't happy or whatever the case may be. I know that I could have done better. I walked away with some PR, so I can't complain that much about it. But I smiled more knowing that they were all there for me. That's the biggest award. Not trying to get all mushy on y'all. I'll save that. To walk through a little bit, we want to go real conservative on squat. 8-10 is something that I'm good with. For me, like 8-10 is a wash. Like it's really, it'll be fine. I know that I could get that. So we open up with 8-10.
Our next lifter is David Douglas.
Racks in for Douglas.
Known as the Beast. Just opened a new gym called Lock It Out Barbell. USPA Certified Training Center. Opening attempt, 810 pounds. He has a huge crowd here today to cheer him on, as he always does. David has no problems with that attempt. The crowd cheered him all the way down and all the way up. Great job, David. You know, David, like most elite athletes, has had injuries throughout his career, and he was able to battle back from them every time. I'm happy to see him get that lift today.
When I went out for 854 was my next attempt. My walkout was horrible. My foot kind of grazed the rack, which kind of tilted me backwards. And with that kind of weight, even with that little bit of shifting to try to move back into the center position, burn a little energy, it just threw me all off. And anybody knows, like, lifters, like, some of the little stuff, like, can make a big difference. So I tried to recover from when it came down. I got thrown forward a little bit. It was just some technical stuff. I was out of position. Hindsight 2020, I should have re-racked it and maybe got under the bar again, but I'm stubborn. So I try to get in it. I'm like, I'm here, let's go. So I went down, thrown forward, out of position. Thought I hit depth, probably around parallel. Came back up, wasn't there.
David Douglas, second attempt, 854 pounds. How you doing?
I'm going to do good.
Here we go, David. Clearly the crowd favorite here. Got his family and friends, teammates, gym members, the Marines. So David has elected to pass his third attempt, saving himself for the bench press and the deadlift, making a wise attempt to not carry on if he's not feeling all that great. A lot of lifting left today for David.
Messed with me mentally though, a little bit, right? I wasn't feeling right because of the training leading into the meet. The confidence wasn't fully there to really put all the effort into a squat when I have the rest of the meet to go. So me and my coach had a little roundtable discussion, and we just, at the end of it, decided to save it for the bench and the deadlift. There's nobody in my class that I was competing against. There wasn't a competition that I initially thought, but towards the end, I realized that I was in the running for the Best Lifter Award, which if I would have known that in the beginning, I probably maybe would have picked my numbers a little better, but we didn't really I wasn't considering that. It was just, like I said, a gauge meet, right? I want to do good, but something that, a heavy workout session. That's what it pretty much was, a mock meet. So we decided to save some tank, save my back a little bit, because I wanted to pull 8. I've never pulled 8 in competition, so that's what I wanted to do. So why try to sit here and do a prideful lift on a squat when I can just save that and then go into pull a PR deadlift and then enter a new cycle and go into the 8s at next competition. So that's what we like to do. Whether, you know, and I stand behind it, you know, so it just was something we decided. So moving forward, we're saving that. We went to bench. I was confident as hell with my bench. I felt good. I was rested up. Everything was good. I opened up with 587. That flew.
Opening attempt for David Douglas, 567 pounds. I know David is slated to go over 600 pounds today. He has already done a 600-pound raw bench press. Is battling back from some injuries over the last couple of years, and was healthy enough to return back to the platform today.
Let's work. Lightweight, easy money, easy money.
Got quite a bit of people here cheering David on. Easy opening attempt for David. I like to see him PR his bench press today. 606 would be nice. We'll see what he does as the day progresses.
Went to 611, thinking we went to 611 on the second, and we were planning on going to either 622 or 630 on the third. I was already knowing that, like, because when I have a wide stance on my hands on squat, and it messes with my elbows a little bit. It seemed to, like, when I was coming down, it would turn on. It was like a switch was on my arms, would turn on and turn off. So it would mess with my tightness coming back to my chest. You can kind of see it a little bit. But I didn't have a problem with that in the opener. The second, when I went to 611, the PR attempt, it started messing with me more. And when I came up, I got loose, so my elbows flared. And with that kind of weight, it's hard to sometimes recover. So I just blew my load on the second one. So I just, yeah, I wish I could get that one back for sure.
David Douglas, here we go. I was hoping for 606 out of David. He's elected to go 611 on his second attempt bench press. This will be a PR for David. I remember when David was just wanting to bench 600 pounds in his bench press shirt, and now he's able to do that raw. The crowd is definitely behind David on this one. I mean, we've seen people squat 600 pounds here today. He is bench pressing 611 pounds. Handoff person, Tom Moormeister. Not quite able to transition. He did have that bar moving quite a bit. We'll see what David elects to do in his third attempt, bench press.
But you know what? So it was either jump, which is probably not the smartest decision, or just solidify a PR with the 611 reattempt. So I went for the 611 again, grinded it out, and got it. So there goes the PR. So I was happy with that, come away with a personal record.
During the deadlifting. So I'm very excited to see what happens there. A lot of times weight classes are non-contested, and you do not have these battles. So it's exciting to have that here today. So we'll see how that's going to turn out. Make sure you tune in for the deadlifting and see how it all works out for the overall winners and the individual class battles. So David Douglas reattempting 611 pounds here. He was able to power through his sticking weight, and the judges say the lift is good. That is a personal record for David, 611 pounds. Congratulations. If you don't already know, he just opened up a new gym in Lancaster, California. Lock It Off Barbell. If you live in the area, stop by and see David. We're going to host a meet there at his gym later this year.
Moving into the deadlifts, that's what I was really looking forward to. My back was feeling good. So we opened up with 727. And immediately when I opened up with 727, my grip started going in my left hand. I've never had a grip problem, ever. And so it was kind of confusing on why it started going. So I didn't put chalk on the first one, but again, like, it didn't really have a grip issue. So I opened up with 727, got it, flew up. I have a problem with my body. Like, I think that I'm erect, and I'm kind of tilted a little bit. I don't know if it's I have a big booty, but we'll see. We'll see how I can correct that to make it look better on the ending part, the lockout.
Loading out for David Douglas, 330 kilos.
720.
In the hole.
7 pounds for David Douglas. David Douglas, 727.5 pounds, opening deadlift attempt after successfully benching 611 pounds in his third attempt. Lift is 2-1.
Second attempt, we went for 782, which would be a personal record. And even more, with the more weight, my hand started slipping even more on my left hand. But I was able to lock it out.
On deck, Rodney Metz and Cesar Navarro.
So we have David Douglas up with 782 pounds on the bar, which would give him a 551 Wilks score if he is successful. Gerald would still, of course, remain in the lead with 555. So David would need this attempt, then he would need to, calculate what he would need on his third attempt deadlift to pass Gerald, who was in flight A. So let's see what happens with David right So David was successful with 722 on his opener. This is 782. Let's see what the judges say. Successful attempt for him.
David Douglas.
So David Douglas, 551 Wilks points. I hope his training partners and team and coach is paying attention to this, and they give him the correct attempt call to get into the best lifter slot by passing Gerald, who has 555 from flight A.
And then we closed with 804. And then at that point, like, my callus ripped, and it just slipped right out of my left hand on lockout. So.
Kilo class.
Great job. And now, ladies and gentlemen.
Now this is a perfect situation. This is powerlifting. When there are battles, when there are numbers that need to be made in order for people to win the meet. This is it. The final attempt of the day. David Douglas needs this attempt to pass Gerald Dionino for best lifter. Seven, 804 pounds on the bar. Here we go. The crowd is on their feet. 804-pound deadlift. For the Best Lifter Award, $1,250. Right here, one attempt. Let's go, David. Final lift of the day. David Douglas from Lock It Out Barbell, United States Marine Corps, 804 pounds. Just shy of lockout. just an inch away from locking it out, which would have given the Best Lifter Award. Gerald Dionino survives.
I didn't realize that if I would have got that, I would have got the Wilk score for Best Lifter. We didn't know until the end, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Tiny Tough is a strong dude, man. Gerald, good dude from Hawaii. He lives in San Diego, I believe. So, I mean, he deserves a win. I really wasn't thinking about that competition, but I wanted that 8. You know, I wanted that 8. But now I feel like I got enough data so we can go into the next training cycle, which is going to be a full one leading up to the U.S. Open so I can fucking prove myself. Like, not to anyone, I want to prove myself to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I've been doing this for a reason, and I'm not just sitting here just posting videos. Like, I'm a power lifter, man. And I want to put that stuff on paper. I don't want somebody to think, oh, yeah, he's strong, but no. Like, I want to earn my respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing. Like, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. All I can think about is being in the gym, which I am now, and starting my next training cycle. So I'm going to get there, man. I'm going to get there. Yeah, so, like, I really appreciated Coach coming through. There's some things that he already wants to jump into. Obviously, he's going to change my nutrition up a little bit. Then we're going to get into some other tricks and stuff leading into the meet that he's going to put us on. He also alluded to me that there can be no sexual intercourse or stimulation at least 7 days out from the meet.
No! No! No!
So we'll have to get on that as well. I look forward to the next training cycle. We'll take a week off and go right back into it. Big shout out to Leo and Susan, Tronsky, Steve, Tom, everybody from the USPA, Tracy, all the judges, and all the personnel that were there. They did an amazing job. USPA is a legit federation, and I love competing. I grew up in the USPA. I don't really know any other federation. So it's an honor to be a member and associated with them. So I look forward to competing in the U.S. Open. A lot of big things in 2018, and I promise you big things. And I'm going to try to put some more videos out there kind of like showing the journey. Because I want to get to the top. I want to be able to look back and be like, look, man, look at these days. Look at these days when, like, it just didn't go as well. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go as well as I wanted to. But it's going to go down. And I appreciate y'all support. Appreciate all the friends, family. Love my wife, my queen. She takes care of me. She's putting Skittles in my face on game day. Like everybody, my friends, my family, my kids. Love y'all. Big ups. We coming.